So Better Call Saul was good. So far I'd say that I'm pretty into it. It's not the greatest thing ever, but you gotta give it a chance at least. We just got off the high of Breaking Bad, and starting all over again with a new character is kind of grueling. But there are a few things this show needed to do. 1, entertain me. 2, do something different than what I was expecting. And I think this show managed to achieve both. When I saw the trailers for this show, I was expecting more of a comedy. I did not expect this to be the opening scene.
Address unknown. Oh, how could I be so blind?
That was depressing. Now, I'm not just gonna give a quick review of each of these episodes. I'm going to analyze the shit out of them. Because really, what makes the first episode work as a whole is Vince Gilligan. If Vince Gilligan wasn't directing the first episode of this series, I think the first episode would have sucked. But it's the way Vince Gilligan writes and directs that makes this episode exceptional. Vince Gilligan loves the unexpected. Once again, this was advertised as a bright kind of sitcom. And then you start the show with an incredibly depressing black and white scene. Just the way Vince Gilligan cuts is unexpected.
Do you feel doomed? Have opponents of freedom wrongly intimidated you? Maybe they told you that you're in serious trouble and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm Saul Goodman, and I'm here to tell you that they're wrong. It's never too late for justice. Better call...
He tends to cut mid-sentence. It's not anything new. He does it a lot in Breaking Bad.
Tomorrow a bullet may find me. Tonight nothing's worse than this pain in my heart. And at last here I am on the hill overlooked.
The scene ends when you least expect it to. Vince Gilligan lingers on certain things for a long period of time, sometimes without even cutting the camera, and right as you begin to lose interest, he hits you. This is what makes Vince Gilligan such a good director. And this is what makes the episode so great. The lack of things happening in certain scenes makes it more exciting when something does happen. When you think about the exciting end sequence of this episode, it really isn't that exciting. Not that exciting. But compared to this, this is the most exciting thing ever. Really, it's the best thing this first episode could have done. Defy expectations. This isn't a dumb comedy like we thought it would be. It's about a man trying to find his place in the world. It's a ballsy way to start a show, and I can imagine people being turned off right away. Compared to the first episode of Breaking Bad, which was 42 minutes of pure excitement, this is kind of odd. Something else I admire about Vince Gilligan in this first episode is the details. Like I said before, Saul Goodman hasn't found his place yet. He needs to find his calling. There's the urinal cake out of place, which emphasizes this. There's the one orange car door, which also emphasizes this. And of course, the missing sticker emphasizes this.
I'm validated. See the stickers?
Well, I see 5 stickers. You're one shy. It's $3.
You're light on stickers.
Now, you either pay the $3 or you go back inside and you get an additional sticker.
Saul isn't a caricature like we saw in Breaking Bad. He's a fully fleshed out character with feelings. We actually don't see him being a smartass a lot of the time. We get to see him feel lonely and upset and angry. Another smart choice by Vince Gilligan was this shot. We see that there's a dent in the garbage can. We don't really know if Saul did it though, because they didn't show it. I mean, I guess you could assume it was Saul, but we're never really shown. We've never seen Saul do anything like that before though. And then later on, you see Saul completely destroy the garbage can. And you go, oh, that was Saul. Okay. The scene has more of an impact because of that. Take a look at this shot. Saul is walking to this nice car, and then the camera pans over and we see Saul Goodman's real car. That's good filmmaking. And I know I shouldn't be calling him Saul, I should be calling him James. but I know him as Saul, so I'm just gonna keep saying Saul. Sorry. That being said, I don't think the first episode is great. I feel that it goes on too long, and besides Sal, there aren't really any interesting characters, and its fan service kind of distracted me. It didn't really add to anything. I know this just started and that these characters may serve a purpose later on, but as it stands right now, it's kind of annoying. Like, oh, it's Tuco. Why? The second episode is much more straightforward, and I think that's what I needed. It's not as well directed as the first episode, but hey, what are you gonna do? It's exciting, it keeps you on the edge of your seat, and it's well written. The whole scene with Saul trying to negotiate with Tuco in the desert is fantastic, and the two kids that pretended to break their legs actually have their legs broken. Do you know what that's called? Good writing. I also like this new character. I don't know his name. I think it's Taco. Because as I was watching the episode, I realized that the actor playing Taco also played Voss in Far Cry 3. So now I'm really looking forward to seeing this character again. I bet he'll wind up being a great antagonist. But as it stands right now, these are the only two characters I like. I find the rest of these characters boring, especially the guy with the space blanket. So those are my thoughts on the first two episodes. I like them both very much, and I plan on watching the rest of this season. It just got started, and sometimes you gotta give shows a chance to just, you know, experiment. Eventually they'll get the formula right. I have faith in Vince Gilligan. He's a very good writer and director, and I think with him at the helm of this show should be at least decent.
You better call Saul. You best call now.